Hello, this is CJ McPherson, and today we're going to be discussing the culture of the Protectorate of Menoth. This culture is referred to as the Sul-Menite culture. This is a very strange culture based around absolute belief and absolute dogma. This culture has its origins in the First Signarian Civil War, when a preacher named Sulan united the Menite peoples of Signar in open revolt against the government. Now, the Menite peoples of Signar had never gotten along very well with the predominantly Morwen nation. Mora actually spoke out a lot during his life against the priests of Menoth for going too far and being too harsh. He wanted a religion that accepted warfare as necessary, but did not accept the burdens it places on an individual soldier or civilian. The Menites typically did not get that distinction. Interesting point though, the old faith, the Menites of Cador, are not like this. They get along with the Morwens of Cador about as well as anyone in Cador gets along with anyone else in Cador. There's never been an open conflict between their two peoples or their two faiths. And no one in Cador likes anyone else in Cador, so this is actually quite strange. But they are not in violent revolt against the people. The Menites of Caspia did this though. I'm thinking here we're not looking at a religious conflict. We're looking at one of crime. The criminals of Cador are a large population and they're actually employed by the government and accept a part of their economy and culture. That's the Kayazi. And they're playable as the Kayazi assassins and the Kayazi underbosses. Two different units in the wargame. Crime does not factor into Signar's economy well though. At one point all the criminals got together, banded together under one common banner, and were kicked out. They gave them a piece of land they knew no one could farm, and somehow they survived there through sheer dogma and sheer violence. The Protectorate is run as an economy of nothing but violence, meaning they don't have a currency that matters because they have nothing to trade with. They have violence. The hierarchs are crowned in reigns of terror that are then made official state policy. The scrutators who keep their economy and policy in line do so through violence and the threat of violence. The priests are liable to execute people if they don't worship correctly. This is not a population that's religious. This is a population of criminals. And Signar needs to get it through their head. They really need to understand this. They're not dealing with a religious conflict as they've always thought. They're dealing with one of crime versus reason. And one of their generals, Stryker, found this out the hard way. Now, the Menites who are still in Signar are typically not bad people because they're not criminals too. Thank you for your time. McPherson out.